What's up, guys? So my name is Dan. I'm a strength coach based in Leeds, and I'm going to run through how you should start implementing some plyos into your workouts. Now, this is a big question I get a lot, especially through the younger guys, through social media. I'm training junior athletes, rec athletes, pro athletes, a lot of basketball guys. We have some junior footballers. Doesn't really matter the sport. This pretty much what I'm about to show you is going to apply to everybody. So this has been a big difference in my workouts, my warm-ups. It's helped me stay springy, build my vertical, just be more explosive. And I'm going to kind of run through it with you. It's pretty straightforward. It's probably going to take you about 2-3 minutes at the beginning of every workout. I would even do these in your practice warm-ups or game warm-ups, whatever's going to make you feel good, right? Now, the key here is every time we're doing any kind of hops, right, which basically a hop's going to be 2-foot contact, either split or together. Okay, we want to try to hit midfoot. Now, the reason we want to do that is because every time you pull your toes up in the air, right, I'm just going to take this off because it's easier without it making too much noise. But every time you hit the floor, you want to try to hear more of like a slap noise rather than kind of no noise at all. And this is why you tend to find a lot of people who are very toey. You don't really hear as much, seems to be a bit quieter. And I used to be a toe guy, like when I was jumping very much on my toes. And then over time, I started learning about midfoot contact, how it preps your foot every time you hit midfoot, you pull your toe up in the air, just makes it more optimal every time you land and you're going to jump. So I started working on that. The beginning, it seemed really weird because I was used to doing this rather than kind of midfoot. And then over time, as I got used to it, I noticed I could really apply more force to the floor, right? So when you're talking about jumping higher, being more athletic, being more reactive, being more explosive, a lot of it's going to come down to how much force you can apply and how much force we can really produce quickly, right? So I always like to say, imagine your explosive strength is kind of like how reactive you're going to be, and then also how much power you have. So power thing like trap jumps and broad jumps, long jumps, anything where you're going to have some weights involved with that as well, right? And then your reactive stuff's going to be more like your pogos, your bounds, your hops, your skips, and things like that. So what you're going to do in your warm-up, you're going to do maybe like 2, maybe 3 sets max of each of these exercises, 10 to 20 yards, okay? And you can build these up over time. So number 1, both feet together. We're just going to jump, okay? Make midfoot contacts, and we're going to pull the toe up. Now, the key with this is toes up, midfoot contact, but also trying to get the arm involved, right? So your arm should always kind of be going in like a bit of a rhythm because we're trying to get momentum through the arms, okay? This is a big thing a lot of people don't do. It's super simple coordination work, but it makes a big difference. Then after that, we're gonna go 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Same exact concept, except this time both feet, okay, hits the floor at the same time. Now, a big thing most people do wrong here is they turn that back foot outwards and they don't tend to hit the floor at the same time. So they kind of like, I almost say it's more of like a gallop, like if you saw a horse running, right? So we want to make sure there's no gallop at all, right? It's same foot contacts every time, right? The other thing is when you go backwards, you're not going to turn around. You're just going to jump backwards because it's going to work more the coordination side. So a big part of building your athleticism, in my opinion, is I notice the best athletes pick up patterns quickly. And if they don't pick it right away, they'll practice it. And then within a couple hours, within a few minutes, whatever, depending on the person, they can do it. And we want to focus on not only getting you stronger, more powerful, more explosive, reactive, whatever, but also being more coordinated. So the more footwork patterns you can do, the more different sports you can play. This is all going to be skills that you can probably take and incorporate in some way, shape, or form into the sport that you play. So after we've done these split stance, then we're just going to go alternating, right? So alternating, same thing. So right now I'm doing very low level intensity, extensive plyos. If I want to scale that, all I need to do is just punch through the floor harder. And this is where over time, as you get more comfortable, so let's say right now I'm jumping, I don't know, 20%, okay? I could do a shit ton of these and it's not gonna be that big of an issue. I'm not probably not gonna be that sore. If you don't do them often, you might feel your calves are a bit sore. That's normal, okay? But if I go straight into doing, I don't know, 50 to 60% ones, right? Then that's probably going to be tough. I'm probably going to feel in my knees, depending if I have knee issues, ankles, if my ankles aren't strong enough. So we need to build the base, earn the right to progress. And you'll notice the harder I start punching through, the more energy I'm using, which means like you can probably see already my kind of breathing's changed slightly, right? If I decide to go all out and I want to go split stance or, okay, both feet together, that takes a lot more energy, more power, hence why my breathing is going to go up. So with these, once we start going into the higher intensity work, less is going to be more and the quality needs to be high. Okay, so you might only do 8 pogos or 10 pogos, 3-4 sets, making sure you're jumping as high as you can, being super reactive on the floor. So when I like to do these is I like to do them maybe towards a peaking phase of like a strength phase. So maybe you've built the base, gotten to some power work, then you start lifting heavy and your intensity of your plyometrics start going up. So maybe you're starting to do, some hurdle jumps or some bounds, right? And you've built up that complexity over time. So you've started super low with maybe a lot of your warm up stuff. And then maybe you get into month 3, month 4, month 5, and then we really start attacking, right? More of our extensive plyo work with higher intensities. And you're going to notice if you can get really good at this and you start building it up over time, it doesn't take a whole bunch to maintain, but also just means like when you're jumping and you're dunking, it just seems so much easier and it's going to incorporate well into your sprinting too, because a lot of your sprint work is very reactive. So I've been doing some windmills. I've been doing some 360 one-handed dunks and stuff that I've never been able to do. And a big part of it is, yes, I'm strong. Yes, I'm doing power work. But a lot of it's been coming down to just like my overall reactivity is so much better. And I'm making way better 1-foot contacts, 2-foot contacts. And you can do the exact same thing with your 1-foot work, right? Where you just kind of focus on making that mid-foot contact, building some rhythm and coordination there. So hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, pop them down in the comments. Check me out on social media. Always posting more content there too.